Understanding the Bible. This is Ron Saxton. Thank you for joining me. Going into our Exodus study. Want to see exactly what is going on in the book of Exodus. We're seeing God brought children of Israel out of Egypt for a certain reason, a certain purpose. Adjust your settings on your YouTube if you're not getting this in HD, because we are broadcasting in 720p HD, so you can make sure you see all the words there on the screen. All right, thank you for joining me. We were off last week, but we're back. More for in-depth study. Want you to know you're able to still call in. 216-925-0142 is the phone number. Write it down, jot it down, log it in. UTB, Interactive Bible Studies. Still doing the studies. Send no money, no tithing, no offering, none of that here, none of that. No one should be propositioning you for any financial gifts or assistance or seed sowing or whatever they want to call it. It is not required at all. There's no fund me accounts. There's none of that. So please, I want to thank you for joining me here in your own spare time. We're looking to see what happened, what the purpose was, finding out some things that are very relevant to today, still relevant. We're finding out that the Lord brought the children of Israel out because they were to serve him. That's why they brought him out. That's why he brought them out. Okay, it says Exodus 18. Saw many different things in the other parts. Please don't hesitate to check those parts out in your spare time. You're able to pause, stop, rewind, get some notes, take some notes, listen very closely, look and see what the words are saying on the screen. Exodus 18 we're at right now. And if you want to call in, remember, it's 216-925-0142 is the call-in phone number. Lines are open. Interactive study here together, you and me. We are learning to see what we can see, what we can know of his intention, his purpose in regards to service to him right here on Understanding the Bible. Don't forget, 1 o'clock, we've got phone fellowship, which is also interactive. You can call in, 216-925-0142. We're going to talk about the judgment. Don't judge me is the title. Don't judge me. And you're going to want to stick around. I'm not going to give you details on it, but you're going to want to stick around. You're going to want to check it out and see what that's all about. You're going to want to do it, okay? Because you really need to know that. I need to know. So here we go. Let's go into Exodus. 2 o'clock. Revelation live podcast study. Revelation live podcast study with Chris Campbell and Jeff Burt. Wonderful study. Continuing on in a 44 plus part series. Revelation. Learning a lot. Learning tons. The true shown by Scripture right here on screen. Don't miss it. All right, go back, check out the other ones. Make it a hobby. Please, it will do your mind and hopefully your soul good. Okay, so let's go into Exodus 18 here. We've already seen the children of Israel being in bondage, first doing okay with no problem. Good Pharaoh dies, bad Pharaoh arises, wants to oppress them. He oppresses them. They still multiply. He oppressed them because they were so great. They kept multiplying. But they kept on multiplying. and they kept getting greater and greater. God's watching the whole time. Moses is born after Pharaoh tries to slew all the males in the land and that kind of stuff to slow them down over time. Doesn't happen. And Moses is then led down the stream of the Nile in a basket of slime, basket with slime in it, so he wouldn't drown. And one of the Pharaoh young ladies, I think the Pharaoh's daughter or whatever have you, took him up and then paid the mother to nurse him to health and raise him. And he grows up under the Egyptian family, and he slays a Egyptian soldier, and he's exiled out. He's not killed. He's exiled out. You notice that? God's watching the whole time. He's still watching. So the Lord then watches Moses go to another land, and he then marries into a family. And while he's out shepherding one day, he sees a bush burning, but it doesn't burn up. It just is on fire, and it doesn't burn. And so therefore he goes to the bush. He goes up and he meets the Lord. He meets him, and then the Lord sends him to get Pharaoh to allow him to release the people, to let him go. But he tells Moses every time, I am going to harden Pharaoh's heart. That's something you need to really look at, that he is influencing Pharaoh to be against letting them go, and to the point where he does let them go. And he does the great miracle of what we call a miracle of splitting the Red Sea, and then closing it on Pharaoh's armies as they were going to capture them back. And now we've come out of that, and Moses creates a song to the Lord in regards to it, and then we are basically coming up here, and we've got a lot of between the children of Israel and Moses. We've got a lot of tension, contending, complaining, and murmuring starts to happen, even though they've seen all these great things happen. They seems like they just have no hope in the Lord. They have none, So here we go. So we're coming up now. So just recap those. Take a look at those studies. Only 50 minutes long, basically, and check them out. All right. So here we go. Let's go with Exodus 18. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and the Lord, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Remember, Midian, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, he knew the Lord. He knew about him. So then Jethro, verse 2, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife. Zipporah was Moses' wife, okay? After he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eleazar, for the God of my father said, he was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law, Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare. How you doing? And they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake. and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who hath delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dwelt proudly, he was above them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God. And Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening? That was a serious job there, serious task. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of God. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws. Now, it hasn't even come down yet. So let's take a look and see what the H8451 Torah is all about.
Strong's H8451, Torah, Torah.
All right. Now, let's see. KJV translates Strong's H8451 in the following manner. Law, 219 times. Now, he says statutes and laws, okay? Excuse me. The Ten Commandments hadn't come from the Lord God yet. The Lord God hadn't even spoken the Ten Commandments yet. He hadn't done it, but he had talked to Moses about it. So we have now showing right there the divine speaking with mankind, Moses, telling him what to instruct and what to do. Law. Here's the biblical outline usage from the Gesenius Hebrew Lexicon. You can buy it online at Amazon, $20. I love it. Hardback. I got it brand new. Law, direction, instruction. Instruction, direction, human or divine. Okay, a law here that King James is translating into English as law, Torah, okay, as law in English, is an instruction, direction, human or divine. As we see law here, this is the sub-definition. Now there's sub-definitions under that sub-definition, all right? Body of prophetic teaching. Okay, now we know what the prophetic teaching is, right? Prophetic prophecy is the spirit, the testimony, the spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Jesus Christ. That's in Revelation. And join us for the Revelation study. You got to be there, man. I'm telling you. Instruction in Messianic age. Okay, that's also. It's also body of priestly direction or instruction. It's also a body of legal directives. Okay. The next main definition is law. Okay. Law of the burnt offering. No, we're not talking about that. Of special law, codes of law. Okay. All right. It's the next main definition is custom manner. All right. The next main definition is the Deuteronomic or Mosaic law, which we haven't even gotten to yet. That hasn't gotten there. All right. So there we go. A precept. Notice it doesn't say concept. It says precept, especially the Decalogue or Pentateuch law. Okay. All right. So here's a screen print from the Gesenius Hebrew Lexicon. Strongly urge you to get one before this is all taken down offline. If you didn't know, there's news reports that the UN is now going to take over the internet, and they are not in favor of biblical Christian things. Wow. That it's just reported now. I'm not saying that it's so. I don't know, but we'll see. So you might want to get your things now. You might want to get it now. All right, get it up now. It's going as fast as you can. All right, so just in case it's true. Anyway, let's see here. We're really looking for our Exodus 18 because we want to see exactly where. Okay, I'm not seeing that it's showing. There it is, Exodus 18:20. There it is, right there. All right, so let's see here. To teach, okay, these are things that we've seen in our outline: instruction, doctrine, human, as of that of parents. Okay, that's law in the King James English. Okay, it's instruction, direction. All right, divine through prophets. You got the others, Isaiah. All that. You got law, human, the manner of and principles which men follow. Okay, divine, whether one followed by a genet. Of the object, the law of sacrifices. Okay, the book of the law. All right, so there you go. Laws, it just says. Then they got Exodus 18:20. So that's what the Gesenius Hebrew has. Chaldee lexicon. So let's see here. Well, that wasn't even 20. That was 18:16. So let's see. All right, so the statute of God and his laws. Let's go to 17. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. Okay, this is Jethro talking to Moses. Thou wilt surely wear away. You're going to get tired, exhausted. All right, both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice, listen to me. And I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt shew them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. That is from Exodus 18:20. There it is. We just saw it in the Chaldee lexicon. If you skipped over and you didn't see it, go back a little bit and check it out. There it is. Okay. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, respect God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. Look at that covetousness. It's there before it's even given down. Okay, that's how we're translating now. And really, covetousness is basically the core, greed. Let's take a look at it. H12:15. H12:15. In the Gesenius Hebrew lexicon.
Strong's H12:15. Beitzah. Beitzah.
Okay. Beitzah. All right. All right. That's the original Hebrew word. That's the original language word. Covetousness is not the original word, but Beitzah is. All right. Profit, outline biblical usage. Well, King James translates it. Covetousness, gain. See that? Profit, lucre. All right. Profit, unjust gain. Gain, profit acquired by violence. Wow. Strong's definition: plunder, by extension, gain, usually unjust. Covetousness, dishonest gain, lucre, profit. That's the main reason why we sin. It's unjust. All right, so let's see here what our Gesenius Chaldee lexicon has. Repine, pray. Prop of enemies? That'd be proposition. Would it be? I don't know what that prop would be. Let's see. Also applied to the rapine of kings and nobles who despoil a people. Sounds like some of the leaders of some of our countries. Yeah. All right. To any unjust gain, whatever, whether acquired from bribes, by other frauds, and even any gain. What profit is it? Okay, just to get there goes some of our Exodus. There we go. Well, that's our verse there. Any unjust gain, whatever, whether acquired from bribes or by other frauds, deception. Okay, and ours is right there. Ours is right there, by deception, frauds. All right, an unused root. Okay, a little to flow out of a little trickle of water. Okay, okay. All right, good deal. We got it. So here we go. So he says, okay, we're going to set up some administrators for you to help you, Moses, because this is too much. Okay, and let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. Now he done this, and he said, the Lord will be with you on this. Okay. If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure. And all this people shall also go to their place in peace. So Moses hearkened unto the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard cases they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went away into his own land, went back home. Okay, so let's go to 19. Exodus 19. So now you're getting clear. We're getting clear description here. More of what's going on and how this is the government. They're governing. All right. And let's see. And wisdom. We're seeing that wisdom in there from Jethro. That was a wise thing for him to recommend because he is a follower of the Lord God. And we do know that the Lord was working with him also. He made sacrifices to the Lord. He knew the Lord. So, it's all in the play here. All right. 19, chapter 19. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they unto the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now, that's not really eagle's wings or angel's wings. Okay, that's just a way of saying. Well, it's also translated too, but it's just a way of saying, hey, I protected you, I secured you from that danger, and I brought you out from it. I brought you out from that oppression and that danger. I did that. Okay, that's what the Lord is saying. Okay, now he brought them unto himself. Okay, not to all this great stuff and all that. And that's the focus. No, the focus is that he brought them unto himself. That's what he said. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice. We're getting into something very serious here. Very serious. Listen, if you will obey his voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Now, do you want to be a peculiar treasure unto him? Obey his voice indeed and keep his covenant. His covenant. Okay, his covenant was not the law. That was not his covenant. Okay, he hadn't even given it yet. The covenant is obeying his voice. That's what it is. Well, how can I hear him? Believe me, he wants to talk to you. But is your ear inclined to him or is it inclined to you? Okay. You wanting him to do something for you. What about you doing for him and obeying his voice? All the other little things that you want, that's little stuff to him. That's nothing. That's not even the main thing. Obey his voice. Become a treasure for him. Okay? This is getting in serious now. Now he's telling them, I just want you to listen to my voice. I want you to obey my voice. All right? And ye shall be unto me a kingdom. You shall also be unto him a kingdom of priests, a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. He wants Moses to tell them. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. He's instructed him to do it. And all the people answered together. Now look at this very closely. This is very serious. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord. He went back and told them. They said they'll do it all. Have you done that? I've done that before. I've done that. Before I received the Spirit, I did it. Lord, I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do that. If you do that. If you do this. Okay. But the deal here was listen to the Lord said, tell them to listen to my voice. I want them to hearken and listen unto me. Moses goes and tells them, they said, hey, we'll do all that the Lord has spoken, we will do. And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. And be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon the Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves that ye go not up unto the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death. There shall not a hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. And when Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, he set them apart. Okay. He readied them for this. He got them prepared for this special thing. That's what that is. Sanctification. All right. And they washed their clothes. All right. And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the nether part of the mount, far away, on the outside. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. See, he didn't want them to get too close, because if they had just saw him through that cloud, they would have died looking at him. Okay? Any little part, they would have died. And let the priests also, which come near unto the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people cannot come up to the Mount Sinai, for they charged us, saying, Set bounds about the mount to sanctify it. And the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee, but let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. So Moses went down unto the people and spake unto them. Now Moses is going up to the Lord, and while he's going up, they're getting closer to the mountain. And the Lord says, Stop, go away, go back, because they're coming up. And they're going to come up, and they're going to see me through this cloud, and they're going to die. Okay? And the priests were doing it too. They were coming up. They were getting closer. And God spake all these words. This is chapter 20, Exodus 20. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath. Neither one of those are we supposed to make any images, pictures. Okay? None of that. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments, my instruction, my words. Let's take a look at it. No, it's not. This is the 10 Commandments. Let's take a look. That's Exodus 20, verse 6. So let's take a look. Now we saw that law was Torah. Commandments.
Strong's H 4687. Mitzvah. Mitzvah.
Is not Torah in Hebrew. It is not. It is mitzvah in Hebrew, the original language, earthly language. Commandments, precept, commanded, law, ordinances. That's the KJV translation of the H4687. Main First definition, commandment. Commandment of man. So you can have that. Commandment of God. Yes. All right. These are the sub-definitions of commandment. Commandment, code of wisdom. Nobody talks about that. Strong's definition, a command. Whether human or divine, collectively the law. Collectively, the collective commands make up Torah, okay? Which was commanded, commandment, law, ordinance. It's an ordinance, a precept. That's the Strong's definition. Let's take a look at the Gesenius Hebrew Chaldee Lexicon, see what it says. Let's take a look. A command, precept, especially used of precepts of God. Deuteronomy 6, okay? Let's see if we can find our Exodus of the human teacher. The idea of prohibition is found in Leviticus. Any of the commandments of Jehovah which ought not to be done. Things prohibited by his precepts. What was due to the Levites? That's all. I got nothing there. No Exodus showing there, okay, in the Hebrew Gesenius. All right, so we see that. All right, now, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God, the Lord thy God, in vain. The Lord, as we understand, is Jehovah, the Lord's name. The Father's name is Yahweh. Okay? Let's not take the Lord Jehovah, thy God's name, in vain. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. No forgiveness. Basically, is what it's saying there. Will not hold him guiltless. He won't forgive him. Taking his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days, what's the difference? 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath day. We're going to look up 76 of the Lord thy God. It's the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is with thy gates. Semicolon, there's more. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord Jehovah blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Okay? He rested. He didn't do any work. He just rested from that. Okay? So that's Sabbath. Let's see what it says here in the original language. The true definition.
Strong's H7676. Shabbath. Shabbath.
Shabbath. Shabbath day. The Shabbath day. I don't know why we can't say Shabbath. We can. KJV translates Strong's H7676 in the following manner. Sabbath. Another. Sabbath. Main definition. Sub-definition is Sabbath. Okay. Next sub-definition is Day of Atonement. Wow. Day of Atonement. The next one is Sabbath year. Year of rest. Week. Produce in Sabbath year. All right. Strong's definitions. Intensive form of 7673. What is that? Intermission. Specifically, the Sabbath. Every Sabbath. Gesenius. Hebrew Chaldee Lexicon. Screen print right here. Let's see what we can get. Every Sabbath, the sabbatical year, every seventh year, in which the land was not tilled, it wasn't worked. perhaps a week. Like the seer and the Greek, maybe Matthew 28:1. Got to compare. Not really much in the Gesenius there, but it's clear because right there he said, I worked 6 days and on the seventh day I rested. That's your day to rest. Sabbath was actually made for you. So there you go. For in 6 days, okay, we did that 6 days, okay. Honor thy father and thy mother, that their days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, point blank. Thou shalt not commit adultery, point blank. Thou shalt not steal, point blank. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, which is anyone else, point blank. Thou shalt not covet, remember that covetousness? Thy neighbor's house, anyone else's house. Thou shalt not covet, want, or desire, inordinate desire, thy neighbor's wife, nor his maidservant, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's that doesn't belong to you, in other words. And all the people saw the thunderings and lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let God speak with us. Let not God speak with us, lest we die. We're afraid now. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto your gods of gold. An altar of the earth shalt thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon unto thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, and shall not build it of hewn stone, for if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Okay, that's a mystery there. I would really want to know about that one. Well, that's 20. That's 3 chapters. We got 18 through 20 there. 216-925-0142. Don't know if I have anyone out there that wants to talk about anything here. But there you go. The laws come down. People people want Moses to be the one to talk. You know, we don't want to hear from him. We want you to do it, Moses, and you just tell us what he said. That kind of thing. He's going to kill us. We're afraid and scared. So there you go. There you go. Exodus part 8. Now, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for tuning in, checking out the study. Hopefully you'll join us in a few minutes. 1 o'clock, phone fellowship. 2 o'clock, Revelation Live Bible Study Podcast. You gotta love it. You see what's going on here. He's setting it all up. Everything's getting set up here, that they may serve him, be a people to him. That's what's happening. This has been Understanding the Bible. We're here every Sunday from noon. 1 and 2 p.m. Going into the definitions, seeking the true meanings, the true facts, so we can't be deceived anymore. Knowing the truth right here on screen, on your device. Share this. Like it. Share it. Tell others what we're doing. This is just that simple. That fast. In and out of here, done with it, got it. We're going to accept it. Not going to disagree with it. This is where we are. Hopefully you will join me on the next study. This is interactive. That means you can call in and be a part. Share with us your knowledge in the Lord, what you're truly understanding and knowing of the Lord God, Yehovah, Yeshua. Hey, you gotta love it. I appreciate you. Hope to see you soon on the next study.